Adios! So, if this is your first time to this channel and you love movies and martial arts, consider hitting that subscribe button. Sicario 2, Day of Soldado. Wow, I am blown away by the movie. I thought it was brilliant. Now, the first movie I'd seen a while back, and I wasn't really that taken back by it when I first saw it, but I wasn't really paying too much attention firstly. Two, I was into the series Narcos and a few other films that had come out around this kind of subject matter, so I wasn't like enthusiastic about watching a new one, even though a lot of people had raved on about how good it was. The trailer for this one made me want to rewatch the first one. Rewatched the first one, absolutely loved it. Only recently actually. And going to see this, I was blown away how good it was. Man, especially Benicio del Toro, I just think he's an amazing actor, one of the best in the industry, and I just love him in this kind of role. If you haven't seen the first one, spoiler alert, but obviously his character is trying to get revenge for the death of his family, his wife and his daughter. That kind of plays a little bit of a part in this as well. You got Josh Brolin's character, you see him famously with the sandals. They always have that brilliant shot with him and with the sandals, and you know who it is. And for me, that kind of tells you something about his character. It tells you that he's kind of, it's almost like he's kind of, for me, what I read from that was he's comfortable in uncomfortable situations. So obviously he's a soldier, special ops operative. He's doing these kind of things that are most normal people would never fathom. Even law enforcement people and soldiers maybe don't have this kind of, have to work with this kind of grey area of things that he has to deal with. But he always seems very comfortable. You know, his character, he's kind of a bit smug, he smirks a lot, and just whenever they show that shot of him wearing sandals, for me it's a symbol of him being very comfortable in these situations and in what his job and what he does. You know, that's just what I took from it. Love this character in it as well. Man, like the beginning of the movie, there's something that happens at the beginning of the movie, won't spoil it, but it's just like a great scene that kind of gets you straight into the story. You have a lot of empathy for what's about to happen. You're like, oh god, I hope they get whoever's responsible for this. I hope they catch them. Great sounding soundtrack again. They had the same soundtrack from the first movie, especially towards the end of the movie, which I think is really good. It really builds up the tension of what's going on in the movie. There's some great gunfight scenes as well. There's some great story plots as well. It was slightly different from the first one because obviously Emily Blunt, Daniel Kaluuya, they're not in the movie, so we're not following the story through Emily Blunt's character. But we're now seeing more of Benicio del Toro and Josh Brolin's character in this movie. And I loved it. I absolutely loved it. You have to go see it. Like, so I cannot wait. I hope they do a third one because I cannot wait to see another one in this series, because like it just really absolutely. I've gone from thinking it was an okay film to I absolutely loved it. Was it as good as the first one? I don't know. I think it's slightly different, even though it's the same kind of movie. It's a different plot. We're following these characters on a different kind of storyline, so it's kind of hard to compare to the first one. I liked it almost as much as I liked the first one though. So I don't know. I think maybe the first one's slightly better, but even then I might change my mind tomorrow and think this one's slightly better. But either way, it was right up there, you know, in terms of quality. Absolutely loved the movie. I'll happily go and see it again. If you haven't seen it, go see Sicario 2, Day of Soldado. Brilliant film. I like the plot. They had a plot with a young girl. I'm not going to get into too much details, but there's a young girl that Benicio del Toro's character particularly is protecting, and there's an interesting story plot with her. There's another really good story plot with a young boy, a young Mexican boy as well, which is very interesting. And it's good to see how all these story arcs connect. And there was some great thrilling moments. So, particularly towards the end, there was some great moments where I was like, oh, you know, so, you know, you didn't know what was going to happen. And then when it happened, you're like, oh, and then I won't spoil it. I'm trying not to, because I want this to be a non-spoiler. I want you to just experience the film how I did, you know, unspoiled. I know there's going to be people who go, oh, it's not as good as the first one. To be honest, I don't know. I think they're on par. Like, I think that both these movies were so good. If you liked Sicario 1, you'll definitely like Sicario 2. I'm going to give this a 4.5 out of 5. I almost want to give it a 5, but I think I only slightly like the first one a little bit better. Only just though, but it's right up there. So I'll give it a 4.5 out of 5. Definitely worth watching. Go to the cinema and check this out at the big screen. Anyway, if you like this video, make sure you hit that like button, share, subscribe. And if you've seen Sicario 2, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you loved most about the movie and let's have a discussion. Anyway, I'll see you on this channel for some more movies and martial arts. Peace!